Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Armchair Pundits. This is the Liverpool post-match show. So, Liverpool have won 2-1, and what a Saturday it has been with Arsenal losing and Man City losing. It's been a good Saturday for us, if I'm completely honest. Wouldn't say that at halftime. At halftime, I was not happy at all because I felt that we've been outplayed. I thought we've been out-hustled, out-muscled, everything. We just went at the races, and I couldn't understand why. I don't know if Arsenal losing put pressure on the players. It shouldn't do. But I just sat there and thought to myself, why are we allowing ourselves to be outpossessed? Because you look at the first half performance, and in the first half, we had 48% possession, they had 52. We only had one shot on target, they had four. They were winning 1-0. Could have been winning 3-0, if I'm completely honest. They had one big chance, and one big chance missed. Same as us, one big chance missed. But even our passing was poor, poorer than usual. And not a lot of passes, accurate passes to be completely honest. So I sat there and I thought to myself, are we really going to pass up this chance to steal a little bit of a gap or open a little bit of gap at the top of the table with our rivals losing? And obviously Slot thought the same thing because he got in there at half time and the second half team was completely different to the first half team. He said himself it wasn't really much tactics that changed things. He said it was the players themselves. The players, from what I saw, they won the second balls more. They were more aggressive in the challenge. They were pressing harder. And these are the kind of things you need to do at home. You can't leave it to the fans to give you the confidence and push you forward. You have to provide something for them to do that first. And we weren't providing anything in the first half. We're completely honest. Second half, completely different. It was just really good to see. Unfortunate thing that happened to us in the first half was obviously seeing Konate go down injured in the corner right at the end and then not coming out second half. But Gomez came in and he was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic second half. Considering he hasn't really played that much, really helpful that he played midweek against Brighton because he got 90 minutes. So he got some of the cobwebs out. And he came on and he came on with a guy looking to prove a point. So really happy with his performance. A lot of the other players, poor first half, but stepped up second half. Because when you look at it, second half, it's 50-50 possession-wise. But expected goals for us was 0.89 and theirs was 0.22. If I didn't say it in the first half, our first half was expected goals was 0.71 and theirs was 0.78, so theirs was higher. Total shots first half, 5, 1 on target for us. Total shots second half, 7-4 for them. So obviously when we've improved in the second half, we've gone 11 shots, 7 on target, 3 big chances made, 3 big chances missed. Whereas they've had 1 shot on target the whole second half. So we really turned the screw on them and came out with new impetus and really invigorated. So you've got to give credit to Slot because there's a calmness to our play where they don't seem like they're going to panic. Even if we think they should be panicking, they're not. They are passing the ball, looking for the next best option. And I didn't feel that we were being countered as much. Credit to Matoma. I thought Matoma a few times had Trent on his heels. But after 60 minutes, I think Trent was a lot better. And the team was a lot better, to be honest. And it's always those ones where when you score a goal, you score another one really quickly. We seem to do that. We did it quite a lot last season, actually. I think it was last season or maybe the season before where we had a trend of 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturdays being 2-1 wins and it just kept happening. And more than often than not, we'll come back from 1-0 down. So yeah, happy with how they played. Subs that came on, I don't think a single one of them played poorly. All of them came on, all of them had an impact. Even Endo coming on had an impact as well. And I just thought, well done, Slot. You saw things weren't going right. You saw we needed a bit of more energy, and you brought them on at the right time, and we got the win. So, like I said, really happy with today, because it kind of makes the weekend worth it when you see your rivals dropping points, and then you can sit back on Sunday and enjoy Super Sunday football. So, as I always do, I'll go through the play ratings now, and it's up to you guys. It's always good when you guys leave your views as well. So, if you agree with my play rating views, leave your own views in the comments. Even put your own 1 to 11 or views there as well. So, as I always do, I'll start with the goalkeeper. Kelleher, not much to do in the second half, and a really, really important save in the first half, to be honest. I think it was Rutter was through on goal, and excuse me, Van Dijk did very well, ushering him and putting pressure on him. But Kelleher made himself as big as he could. He's not a big guy anyway. Made as big as he could, and got a foot on it, and good save. Kept us in the game at that point. So I'm giving Kelleher a 7. Thought he did a good job in general. Kostas Tsimikas, I actually thought he had a really good game. Even in the first half, he wasn't one of the guys that was really poor. He was decent in the first half. So I've given him a 7.5. Really happy with his performance. It could be a changing of the guard, because normally these are the games that you expect Roa to be playing. But Tsimikas has come in the season and has been given the trust of Slot and hasn't really had a poor performance. He's had iffy moments in games, but he hasn't put in a poor performance this season. So really happy with him. Van Dijk, I've given him a 7. So for me, good performance today. Some good moments. First half, no one was really good, but we were still okay defensively. They didn't really get through that many times. So I've given him a 7. Kanate, he's got a 7 as well. Unfortunately, he's gone off at half time. In fact, yeah, I've given him a 7 as well. He's gone off at half time, but he looked powerful, and it may have looked like he wasn't playing that well, but because Trent was underwhelming in the first half, it left Kanate a lot to do. He had a lot of covering, and he had to do a lot of doubling up on Mitoma. He was giving Trent a bit of a tough time in the first half. So I've given him a 7. Trent, a lot better in the second half, if I'm completely honest. But he could have been better. Defensively, he's improving. Game on game, he's improving. And it's just, he said himself that he's learning different things about his body shape and just making a little bit of tweaks here and there. And he did well come in the end. But I've only given him a 6.5. Wasn't really happy with Trent today. You guys might think that's harsh. But yeah, wasn't overly happy. Moving on to Mac 10, McAllister, 6.5. He got an early yellow card. Got a yellow card, which I'm sure there's fans out there thinking they probably should have got a red card. Opposition fans, that is, because he was technically a last man, but it wasn't really a challenge, more of a coming together, rather than a foul or anything like that. But he's in a bit of a lull, in a bit of form. He's had that injury. He hasn't really come out of it and stepped up this season so far. So I've given him a 6.5 as well. Gravenberch, I thought he played well today. No one was fantastic in the first half, but he did a good job, and he's tracking. He does really well more often. Accurate passes, only 80% today. He's done better in that regard recently. And tackles didn't win any of his tackles, but he's usually better on his duels. He won 6 of his 9 ground duels. Didn't really get involved in the aerial duels because the ball was on the ground a lot. And he just did well, and he got better and better in the second half. So I thought it was a really good performance in the end from him. I've given him a 7.5. Cody Gakpo gets a goal again. Never stopped working, and was always trying to find a way around his defender and trying to get an angle to get a shot off. I've given him an 8. Thought he did well today. Can be really proud of his performance. And him and Diaz in being in competition is proving beneficial for us. They're both pushing each other. So yeah, 8 for him. Szoboszlai, again, another under par performance. He does the hard work. Accurate passes, 89%, 25 out of 28 pass-wise. So he wasn't losing the ball like he has done previously. Dribbles, 100%, 1 out of 1. Long balls, 100%, 1 out of 1 as well. again, only one tackle attempted, and he failed that tackle. Jules, 2 out of 5, so only 40%, and Aaron Jules, 1 out of 1. So, like I said, physically, he's doing a good job, but where he's lacking is attacking. And with him being our number 10, we need more. So I've given him a 6.5. Mo Salah gets us another winner. This is what he does. He will not be in a game for long periods, and you think to yourself, come on, Salah, just give us a bit more. And then he will score a screamer like he did today and win you the game. So I've given him an 8 as well. Couldn't really pick between him, Gakpo, and another person who I'll mention later. I'll give him an 8. He really stepped up in the second half, and he worked hard as well. The amount of times I'm seeing him tracking back, winning free kicks towards the edge of our box, and helping out Trent as well. So really happy with that. Nunez wasn't his best day. He was busy. One really good attempt in the first half where he kicks over the midfielder, runs wide and cuts in and gets a good shot off. But I believe that was his only shot, and it was on target. So, I don't know. Ground duels, he loses a lot of his duels, but he got 3 out of 10. So he's battling, but he needs to win them a lot. He needs to do well in his battles, and he's not doing this. So I've given him a 6.5 as well. I'll move on to the bench. Our bench guys, well done. Well done, guys, because you really put up a good shift for us. Gomez comes in half-time, and I'm giving him an 8. I'm giving him an 8, and I'm making him our man of the match. Yes, he didn't. The other two guys got goals, but I thought it was fantastic in helping us keep a clean sheet second half. I've given him an 8. 2 shots on target for the first time in his career. Almost scores them corner. Really happy with his performance. So, yep, good job, Gomez. With Quansah not having a great game at half-time, in midweek, it was always going to be him, and it looks like he's probably pushed himself back to third choice, which I thought he should have been anyway. So happy with his performance, and he'll probably end up having to play midweek as well. So moving on to Curtis Jones, comes in, and he's done better than McAllister did, if I'm completely honest. McAllister wasn't great, like I said, and Jones came in, and I've given him a 7. Really happy with his performance. Couldn't really make any complaints for him. Runs hard and gets into good positions and always helps out. So happy with his performance as well. Diaz. Diaz comes in next. Diaz was okay. Could be better, but he's a good outlet for us. So I've given him a 6.5. Can't really complain of what he's done. Came on with Jones and just helped us keep the ball and helped us keep the pressure on. So 6.5 for him. Endo comes on 77 minute, and his job was just to win the ball. Win the ball, be busy, accurate, and even with his passing, he only made 6 passes, but all his passes were good, 100%. Tackles, 2 out of 3, 1. And ground duels, 3 out of 4, 1. So that's what you want. When you're a defensive midfielder, you come on to see out a game, that's the kind of performance you want. So, like I said, he wasn't outstanding, but he did his job. So I'm happy with that. He gets a 6.5. Conor Bradley comes on in the 90th minute. Doesn't really have much of an input, but he gets a 6 because he only comes on for the last 4 minutes. But he comes on as Salah goes off just to make sure that right-hand side with Matoma being a big threat gets closed in. So, really happy with that performance today. Really happy with that second half performance today. Not happy with the first half performance. And at half time, I was sitting there thinking, how many times are we going to get away with sloppy first half? We have to save it in the second half. So, guys, thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to catch us on X at Armchair Pundits as our handle. And our handle on Instagram is at Armchair Pundits Podcast. And on TikTok at armchair.pundits. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And if there's any questions that you want to throw out to me, I'll be happy to answer your questions. So leave your questions in the chat about where you think how you think our season's doing and how you think I think our season's doing. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Peace out. Liverpool are top.